Hello, and thank you for joining me. This video is dedicated to the opening and activating of our third eye. And I'm not talking about just with Reiki. These are just some tips and information that I find worked very well for me when I was in the process of wanting to open my third eye and make sure that it was healthy and balanced and things like that. If you've never seen one of my videos before, I'm a Master Teacher Reiki Practitioner, Energy Worker. I work out of the New York City, New Jersey area. If you'd like to connect on social media, we can do that on Snapchat, Instagram, or Facebook. And if you'd like to get in touch with me through my website to see the services that I offer or make a donation or just get in touch with me, you can do that via my website, which is INNATE.com. Okay, so the third eye. Physically, this is our pineal gland. It's located around here, like between the eyebrows, maybe a little bit above the eyebrows, and deep within our brain, in the center of our brain. If you've seen the Eye of Horus or Hortus, the eye, the Egyptian eye, that all-knowing, all-seeing eye. I'm doing this because I have a friend with a tattoo on her shoulder. If you look and compare between a image of like a brain diagram, which has like a side view of a brain, you will see these same figures. And so my point is, the ancients had very much had knowledge of third eye, subliminal mind, and all different things that we in the West now are just kind of starting to accept as real for the most part. And like back there or in the East, this has been around. This has been like basic knowledge for hundreds and thousands of years. So it's really interesting that now like we're finally kind of tapping into it. More and more people are becoming interested in it, rather. So our pineal gland. This can be calcified by our diet and our lifestyle. Not only our diet, but the toxins that we involve ourselves in, most of the time unknowingly. Fluoride toothpaste, fluoride in our water. These are probably the most significant ways that our pineal gland, our third eye, becomes calcified and blocked and not able to be, it's not activated, it's not in use, it's preventing us from accessing all the wealth of benefits that we get from our third eye, like we're supposed to have it. Some of the benefits of our third eye are higher consciousness, enlightenment, clarity, intuition, knowing, like inner knowing inner truth, knowing yourself, having a comprehension and understanding of not only our physical world and our physical and, this world, emotional kind of things, but also our spiritual side and the vastness of the environment, the universe, there's more to this physical, dense dimension. Often when we start to activate our third eye or bring it back to life in a sense, we'll have just much more moments of almost like mysticism, almost these things that happen that we cannot deny, and it's just so it's magical. You feel like you're just being exposed to this whole nother aspect of the life that we live in. It's a really beautiful, really, and just wonderful practice. That's why I was inspired to make this, because I have had a few clients that have asked me about astral travel and other different things, and I was just like, I think that it's time that we make just a very basic third eye video with just some information for the most part. So again, our diet, not only the fluoride in our toothpaste and water, so please be careful and mindful of the water you choose to drink. If you have access to, a better water source, please do that. And Poland Spring is not a better water source. Poland Spring still has fluoride in it. A lot of the big water bottle companies still have fluoride in them. So I'll put a link in the description here of a list of which water is known to have a lot of fluoride in it and which ones are not. That can be very helpful. I found that very helpful. There's lots of different filtration systems we can get. Some of them are extremely expensive. Some of them are okay, Brita's not going to get the fluoride out of your water though, so it's something that if you're serious about it, like really removing fluoride from your system, it's going to take some effort. It's not just going to be like, oh, well, I'll buy this kind of water, or, you know, I'll just grab a Poland Spring from the deli or whatever. Like, it's not going to cut it. So just something to think about when you're getting serious about your well-being and the well-being of your third eye and intuition. Other things that we consume, processed foods, sugars, those all add to the calcification of our third eye. So, that said, diet and detox are a great way to get started with the physical aspects of balancing and activating our third eye. Greens like watercress, cilantro, seaweed, like really almost blue-green kind of leaves. Deep ones, even spinach. If you just start adding leafy greens, like not just romaine, but like real leafy greens, arugula, herbs, mints, things like that to your diet, that will be very beneficial for the decalcification. And also getting rid of the processed sugar. It's not easy, you know, but there are tons. Like if you have a sweet tooth, if that's your thing, you know, raise your hand. Me too. Make your own cookies, you know, like make your own stuff and use coconut sugar, use maple syrup, use honey, use things that have not been significantly processed as, you know, standard sugar has been, or you want to call it table sugar, but just like typical sugar, white sugar, cane sugar. Even if it's organic, sometimes it's been processed a lot. So you want to look into like where this is really coming from. Personally, coconut sugar, honey, and maple syrup are my 3 favorite sugars to use. There are so many recipes online for baking and cooking with natural sugars or less processed sugars and things like that. If you love ice cream, like try making yourself some of that banana ice cream. It's so freaking delicious. You basically just like cut up some bananas pretty small, like thin coins, and freeze them, throw them in a food processor or a blender. Maybe you'll need a little, you know, cashew, almond, whatever kind of milk to get it to blend a little bit, but it's so delicious. You can add vanilla, strawberries, like whatever you want to see them, flavor it with, peanut butter or whatever. So just there are better options to get away from those processed sugar things while still, you know, you have a sweet tooth, like that's okay. I feel like our sweet teeth are meant to be there because they have us craving something sweet, which should be fruit, which should be something fresh and raw. But, you know, we grab cookies, and I'm so guilty of it, like Pop-Tarts, like whatever. So just something to think about. If you're really serious about this, I would say keep in mind that this isn't the type of thing that you're just going to wake up and be like, I mean, I'm sure it's happened to some people, but this is a process. This is something you're working on. You're working to detox this area of your body, of your brain, and it's not the type of thing that you drink a few teas and you're good. You know, like it's a lifestyle change, so it's just something to prepare for. Another way to activate your third eye, I'm sure you've seen in Hindu culture, they wear this red dot in the center of their forehead. That is a combination of really special herbs that have been ground up and worn there to activate their third eye. You may see me wear a bindi sometimes, which is just like a cheap sticker, probably from Amazon or something. So I just like to clarify why I wear a bindi. I don't wear it to say like, oh, look at me, I'm spiritual, I'm into it, you know, like anything like that. What I wear it for is an invitation. This is kind of getting a slightly sidetracked, but I hope that you find this information something, you know, beneficial to you. Yes, you can totally be a culture vulture and just wear one just for the beauty of them, because they are beautiful and they make you feel like a goddess and it's really gorgeous, or God. But what I see them as is an invitation. It's an invitation to view my third eye, to view my aura. When we're starting to look at auras and see auras, often we kind of focus and then kind of relax our eyes, almost like those magic hidden image kind of pictures, like staring but unfocused, so that we can kind of see beyond. And when you do that, you typically look at someone's forehead. That's a great place to look. So when I wear one, it's almost like an invitation, like, you can check me out, you know, like let's share, let's vibe on that level. So anyway, Hindu wear this. It's made out of, it's red and it's made out of herbs, and it's meant to activate their third eye. So herbs are a great way to do that. I would probably go with like an essential oil, rosemary, frankincense, sage, something along those lines, and put that on my third eye and probably my temples. I might do that all the time, you know, if I'm really working to activate and bring back to life my pineal gland, my third eye. I might do it when I'm meditating, which is another great way to get your third eye going, or before I go to bed for dream work. So those are some things I want to talk on as well. Astral travel, dream work, out-of-body experiences, those are things that you'll start to see when your third eye is coming back to life. When we're talking about dream work, the prerequisite to dream work for me is visualization. And the prerequisite to visualization is meditation. So let's start there. When we're talking about meditation, this should be done for 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes at night. In the morning, typically between the hours of 6 and 9. At night, typically between the hours of 9 and 11, something like that. Before you go to bed and before you get out of bed, you could say. For you to really have a disciplined meditation schedule like that would be amazing, you know, like to really get there would be great, but do the best you can. It doesn't mean that you have to do that right off the bat, but I've read lots of books about this and I've practiced it myself, and I do find that it is accurate because we're in this like in between world during those times. We're either getting ready to enter this dream space or we're just kind of coming out of it, and we're able to visualize more easily. Visualization, lay down, get comfortable, whatever, you're meditating, you've done a few breaths, you're chill, your head is as clear as it's gonna get or whatever. Now's a great time to start visualizing. And this could happen, you could apply this to almost anything that you want to bring into your life, but when we're talking about, you know, what we're talking about is our third eye being lively and strong. So you want to picture, you know, however you do it in your own way, but I picture my third eye. I picture it literally like an eyeball in there for the most part. You know, it looks a little different in my head, but something like that. And I just like, it glows kind of, it's almost opalite in a sense to me, and it just sees beyond, like it sees through things. I picture, if I feel like it is calcified, I picture it breaking through the shell. I picture the shell of calcium like cracking and exposing and shaking it off and things like that. You could picture indigo just like glowing from your head. Just focus on your pineal gland, your third eye, and bringing it back to life. See it happening, really visualize it. Express gratitude, feel grateful for it. If you tell yourself, use affirmations like, my third eye is strong, my third eye is active, my pineal gland is, there's no more calcium, it's gone, I've detoxed, I'm bringing it back to life. It gets stronger every day. My intuition, my clairvoyance, my whatever you want to bring, my level of understanding, my inner knowledge, my knowledge of self is activated, it's strong. And just keep telling yourself this stuff, because then it starts to work with your subconscious as well. You've got your visualization going. It's a really cool way to do it, and it's very, very powerful, but it does need discipline. It does need to be done on a regular basis. Sound is another great way to activate this area. I'm sure that if this is something you've been looking into, I would go out on a limb to bet that you've checked out some like audio beats, some frequencies, some healing frequencies meant to stimulate your third eye. Those are incredible. Keep doing that. Do that while you're meditating. There's a myriad of them on YouTube for free. You just put in your headphones, get yourself comfortable, start meditating, move to visualization, move to dream work, move to getting into this lucid state where your visualizations become your dreams. They start your dream path, and that intensifies things as well. So if you've got the frequencies playing with that and you're doing a lot of work right now, and you should like give yourself a lot of credit for it, because this is these are some very powerful practices. Again, the thing is you do have to keep up with it. It's not the type of thing that you do it one day and you're like, oh, that worked, I'm good. You know, like there's a lot going on that can clog it back up again, or a lot to keep going, to keep removing the layers and just keep it activated and whatnot. All right, so we talked about pretty much everything on my list. The last thing I'm going to talk to you about is crystals, because how could I not? So here are some stones that I would pick out when I'm working on my third eye. And I have one more thing after this one, which is another crystal. Here's a piece of amethyst, which just so happens this one kind of has a flat back, so it's really great for me when I'm laying down to put on my third eye and focus on the frequency of this, the vibration of this stone, to balance and activate my third eye in that sense. Lapis is another great one, lapis lazuli. So another really beautiful piece for this, because it's flat on one side, so it just sits very perfectly on your third eye. And clear quartz, like very clear. If you can find a very clear piece like this one, this is excellent for your third eye. Again, with stones, I know I've talked about this before, but you want to program them, like give them an intention, not just putting it there helps, like, okay, here you go, that's great. And my third eye right now is buzzing from these. But set an intention, like, you know, vibe with them for a second. They're pretty strong, these ones. Lapis is a very strong stone. And ask that they decalcify, that they detox, that they help to bring to life your third eye and make it incredibly powerful in a comfortable way, whatever you're comfortable and ready for. And then use them that way. And again, just place them there, and while you're doing your meditation, when you're going to sleep, when you wake up in the morning. One more way to decalcify or activate again your third eye is if you could find an amethyst obelisk or point, like a nice chunky point. Like this is a really good one. It doesn't have to be so perfect, but what you do is you take this outside on a sunny day. Of course, don't stare at the sun. Don't hurt your eyes, but basically aim it at your third eye, and then aim this up at the sun, so the sunlight, which is incredibly powerful for our third eye, is coming through and stimulating, just like shooting through, you know, and just like stimulating and really, really decalcifying, really bringing back to life our third eye. It's incredibly powerful. I actually bought this for that purpose. Like I set out to seek a perfect shape for doing that when I was doing my third eye work. A few years ago. So it's just really, this is like the rainbows are like talking to me. I'm all spacey today. That's cool. I guess that's the third eye stuff. And jewelry is a great way for you to keep these things around with you. Ladies, if you like, you know, earrings, or men too, you know, I'm not trying to leave you out. Having some lapis or amethyst earrings would be a great way for you to kind of keep all that going on and stuff. If not, a necklace would be ideal, especially if it was an amethyst. Now, again, it doesn't have to be a point. You probably won't walk around with a giant point of amethyst on your neck. It might be uncomfortable. But if you had like a tumbled or just smaller piece, even a very dainty piece with amethyst in it, if you were out during your day and, you know, no one's looking, or you just don't give you don't care, just put it on your third eye and like bring it up to the sun and be a weirdo. Like, it's cool, you know, like hold it there. It's very beneficial, and you know, you might start a trend. So anyway, those are my tips on how to balance and activate your third eye. And I'm saying balance, but I don't even mean balance. I mean bringing it back to life, bringing it back from the dead almost. There is so much going on that in this world that we need our third eye for, that we benefit from when we, you know, when we have these abilities, this intuition, this inner knowledge, this understanding, this being able to see the big picture. This is where we're able to step back and look at situations. This is where we can make difference in our life and in the lives of others. So it's hugely important. And once your third eye is activated, or is clean, is healthy, is fresh, is like, you know, powerful again, you're going to see you align with different things, and you have much different experiences throughout your day-to-day life, and they're very meaningful. They're beautiful experiences. And I'm excited for you to feel those and experience them. So Thank you so much for, watching this video. Please give me a thumbs up, comment, or subscribe, or whatever that you like to do. If you enjoy it, I really appreciate it. And, as always, namaste.